Welcome to the Baseball Brew Crew Podcast. We are keeping baseball history alive, one craft beer at a time. This is episode 187. And wherever you are watching or listening to us, please give us a like and a follow. And if you love beer with your baseball, please tell a friend. Let's do it. Here is the lineup card for today.
Kevin Lyon, the podcasting lion. He's horny, not corny. He's Taro, the children's hero. He's News Zero, Radiant Brewing's modern day norm, and mythical owner with a boner. I give to you the great Kevin Iron Zion Lyon.
Kevin Lyon,
yes.
New intro. How are you?
Well done. That one got sent to me unsolicited by a longtime close personal friend, and I was like, what do you think of that, Mike? I'm sent to Michael Mondragon is asking me a new intro because I'm tired of being called a senior research analyst.
You're every bit the senior research analyst.
Will you stop?
Would you stop? Thank you, Kevin. That is an awesome new intro. Everybody's getting very, very creative here. Batting second, we've actually moved positions because of our technical difficulties. He is the newest acquisition and the first international signing of the Baseball Brew Crew. It is the Big Hurt, Allan Jepsen. How are you tonight?
A little tired, but I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate everybody's patience through all these technical difficulties that I've been having, which nobody knows what I'm talking about. But batting third is the Goodwill Ambassador and the Sultan of Swig here at the Baseball Brew Crew. It is Cowboy Jack Durango.
You know, not only do we bring you baseball history, do we bring you entertainment that you're not going to get anywhere else, we change lives here. And tonight, I'm going to change some lives. It's going to be like getting in Bitcoin at the beginning. It's Cowboy Jack's cryptocurrency, yo. This is what we're going to do. We'll take whatever. We're going to 10x your money. We're going to 100x your money. This is going to be bigger than the Hawk Tua coin, guys. This is a stable investment guaranteed to change your bank account. Guarantee. You invest with us, guarantee we're changing your bank account, guys. We've got a system. It's a upside down funnel system. It's really, really brilliant idea. We've got the best minds on the market, and we're gonna make it. So get in early is what I'm saying. Put everything you own in early, boys. Can I count you in?
Well, you've really sold me on this, and I'll say, I know exactly where to send my money. I know exactly how much I'm gonna get. I know exactly how much I'm gonna get back. And I said, you've sold this. You've sold this to me, Kevin.
He said your bank account will change
drastically, guys.
Absolutely. Apparently, I'm already going to lose $10,000 this week in fantasy baseball. So I wish I could have just used that instead to invest in Cowboy Jack's cryptocurrency because you know what? That could be same.
What's the exchange rate on this?
Allan, the exchange rate, there's a lot of factors. We're looking at most up-to-date market conditions of across globally, really, at this point, because it's a digital world. So not only traditional markets, but also digital markets. So there's a lot of interwoven factors that go into being able to provide you a specific answer. But what I can tell you is we're on it. We got our eye on it.
Jack is now a politician.
It's important to it.
Well done, Jack. Well done. Well, I mean, with that sales pitch, who could go wrong? And when you say it'll change your bank account, well, it might be just change, correct?
Drastically. No. Drastic changes to your bank account. So invest everything that you own in Cowboy Jack's cryptocurrency. Guys, with Cowboy Jack Durango behind it, can it fail? No, sir. No, sir.
Sold American. Love it.
I am like
Jack, I just sent you $127,000.
This is like mortgage companies at their peak. 2007. Nothing can go wrong. Got
Love
this.
I'm in. Sign me up.
Put your faith in me, boys. Put your faith in me.
I'm not putting my faith. I'm putting my green in you.
There you go. Perfect. Well, I'm Michael Mondragon, your humble host for the festivities tonight. As tradition on the show, we always bring a new and unique craft beer to review and enjoy. What are you drinking out there? Let us know in the chat. First up, Allan, tell us about this one.
Today I have basically this beer is a whole bunch of buzzwords that you guys like. Collaboration for one. It's Fieldhouse Brewing and Superflux, which I took Kevin to while he was here. The name of it is Experimental Hyper Boost. It's a double IPA at 7.5%, which is almost gone. It says it's dry hopping with experimental HBC 1019. I don't even know what that is. Idaho 7, again, don't know what that is. And then Bold Peach and Tangerine. This is, like I said, it went down pretty easy during our technical difficulties. These are two powerhouse craft breweries locally. Yeah, this one's a good one.
Awesome. And you've been there, Kevin? Or
No, I didn't go to Fieldhouse, but I went to what was the other one again called?
Superflux.
Yes, that was my last brewery I went to in Vancouver.
You might not remember much of it, but
I remember I have a sticker. I remember having a beer from them. I was so conscious.
He seems out on his feet all the time, but he's there.
Yeah, you're getting into the hazies, Allan. We're swinging you.
Yeah, the one I have hidden for next week is a milkshake IPA too. So
this is Cowboy Jack 2 years ago. I think pretty much. We brought Jack on all of a sudden, then Hazy was 4 years ago, whatever it was. Gosh, I'm sorry. 2 years is yesterday for me. But when Jack first came on, he was all about the hazies. And now he's sober. So Allan, you might be sober in 2 years.
That works for me. It's probably for the best.
and unfortunately for me, I can't stop drinking because the entire beer market in Anaheim will shut down if I stop drinking.
That's true.
And your whole internal organs will probably shut down too.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah,
he has a lot invested in cryptocurrency, so you don't want to shut down any industries.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of breweries and Kevin, you were up next.
So this past Saturday, I went to beautiful Gardena, I think it was Gardena, California, to see the New Japan Pro Wrestling Academy, see their students in action, along with, I'll say it, friend of the show, Rocky Romero was there. Got to just shoot the breeze with him. And then just down the street is a brewery I've been to before called Hermosa Brewing, California, where previously I had this Descendants beer, an old school punk rock band from that area, from the LA area. And this time I was like, you know what? I'm here. Let's get a beer for the show. So this is it. It's called Hazy AF. What's AF? A hazy AF? Does anyone know what that means? I don't know what that means.
It's a misprint. It's supposed to be Alf, the popular.
Oh, it's supposed to be for the cat, the guy, the alien. Oh, of course, the alien.
Yeah, but there was a misprint on the can, so it's hazy.
Oh,
Alf.
that makes sense. All right, thank you, Jack, for clarifying. So this is a single Northeast New England IPA packed with the fruitiest hops and a touch of oats to smooth it all out. Flavors of tropical white peaches and tangerines. We have Citra Mosaic and Asuka hops, and just a good, solid, hazy IPA coming in at 6.2% ABV and 60 IBU. So I'll probably drink the whole 4-pack to feel anything, but I'm gonna enjoy the whole ride.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, Hermosa. I've actually had this before. So Hermosa is pretty available when I was in Los Angeles.
Oh, right on.
It was pretty available most places I could go. So I actually knew of this. But you actually went to the brewery itself, correct?
Yeah, it was the closest. It was the closest one that was open till 10. Small City down the street, but they closed at 9. I'm like, you know what? No, I don't have time for one. I'm gonna get 2. And also, if you go to the Hermosa location on Del Amo in Torrance, they have. If you're a pinball aficionado, they have like about 20 pinball machines in there. So that was a fun little bonus too.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Well, it's baseball season, guys. So I had to get some baseball beers. And the one on the left, I've actually had before when I went to Hohokam Park. But I'm going to talk about the one in the middle first, and it's the Oranges in the Outfield Hazy IPA with oranges. Yes, from Bear Bottle Brewing Company in San Francisco, California. 7% ABV, no IBU listed. I've actually been to Bear Bottle. Oh, wow. I went to, when I was there, I went to some with our friend Cubber Lang, who is actually a big beer fan. And actually, the first time I went there, we legitimately parked on a street that I can say was 45 degrees. We literally, it's like we parked down. So we had to like turn the wheels and everything. It was actually pretty scary. We went in and we had some great craft beer. they had this one, and I'll talk about the other one too, which is the Hohokam Hazy. This is the 2025 version. It is from 12 West Brewing in Gilbert, Arizona, in my area where I'm at now. It is 5% ABV. So for a hazy, it's actually lower ABV.
Is it IPA or a pale ale?
No, it's a hazy IPA.
Okay, I was just figuring with that percentage. I want to clarify.
Yeah,
it was a pale ale.
It's more okay. So you can get this at Hohokam Park where the A's have spring training,
right?
And it's more. I think because of the lower percentage, it's actually a little bit smoother drinking. So more like like a crisp lager and stuff like that. So it's more in that line, which would make sense. You don't want anything too heavy, correct? Right?
Of course.
So I got this, and actually the 394 Pale Ale is an old favorite that we know from AleSmith. So I've had that one before, but I wanted to get these two, especially the Bear Bottle. I actually got this at a place called Beer Barn. Are you familiar with this, Cowboy Jack? Have you heard of this?
I've never heard of this, man. This is new to me. Fill me in.
So it has 30 plus rotating draft beers and over 200 retail beers.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah. So I could actually get the Bear Bottle either on tap or I could get the cans.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. So I actually got one can so I could actually put it in my baseball beer collection.
Yeah.
I also got the Hohokam Hazy to put in my collection as well. And that's all actually the 2025 version. I had last year's version, and they actually hosted a Batter Up Beer Fest, which I would have been able to promote this beforehand. But yeah, it was on Saturday, and they gave away baseball themed T-shirts and those other great beers that we saw there. So they actually had Padres and Diamondbacks themed shirts there. So yeah,
man, I think they use the same graphic designer that I do. Subtle work, subtle. I got an eye for this stuff. Subtle work. Well done.
Yes,
Mr. Mondragon.
Yes, sir.
Quick question. So, you said Bear Bottle. Is that anywhere near what Oracle Field or whatever the name of the Giants field is nowadays?
It's not. It's actually a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive, but it's worth going to. Although they may have something there now, but this.
Okay, I'll have to look.
Years ago.
That's why we #do the research here at the Baseball Brew Crew.
Exactly.
Let's start right out. Hey, what happened?
That's right, everybody. What happened this week in baseball? We actually had a lot of things go on. We went 5 straight weeks. Is this our 5th week of talking about this, or is it the 6th? I'm losing track at this point. All we've been talking about is alternate identities, Copa identities, and there is so much happening in baseball around identities and stuff like this. But I wanted to start off with something that's actually, we're professional wrestling fans. Forbidden Door is a very popular promotion or event that happens with professional wrestling where lines are crossed. Guys from other promotions get together and they have these really incredible matchups, right? Well, there's actually going to be a said matchup that we thought we would never seen in a first of its kind matchup happening April 2nd. The San Jose Giants will host the independent Oakland Ballers in what they're calling Battle of the Bay 2.0. The two organizations will play an exhibition game at San Jose's Excite Ballpark as part of the Giants minor league spring training schedule. First pitch at 6 p.m. on April 2nd. If I was anywhere near here, I would totally go to that.
Yeah,
I
dude,
wish I
yeah,
would have gone to that.
I got a Jonesin to see the Ballers, so absolutely. What a cool gimmick, man. Hell yes.
Yeah. And I love that they're keeping all this alive, and the Ballers are actually, getting really popular. Allan, did you see the Ballers or did you go to Oakland or you didn't go this year?
I went this past season. I went and saw the second to last series of the Athletics. We tried to squeeze in a Ballers game, but I think the season had just ended the week prior. But yeah, it would have been cool to add them to the list. I also saw that these guys, I think a certain amount of fans that like maybe 5,000 or whatever, get this poster when they enter.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you might see it on eBay pretty quickly afterwards.
And that stadium is like one of the oldest stadiums in minor league baseball. That sounds Excite Ballpark is what it's called now.
Yeah, they must have renamed it.
Yeah, because it was called like San Jose Municipal Stadium forever. Of course, the sponsorship's going to come in, But yeah, that's gonna be exciting because it's an old school stadium that like holds me like 3,500 people, maybe. And who knows, they have people standing along the sides. There's literally like 3 sections of seating, and then it's like old school bleachers the rest of the way, which is good. And if you ever go there, be sure to check out the barbecue on the left field side. That's some solid barbecue. And of course, the churro man if he's there.
That's right. That's right. I think our friend Shane from Japan Ball went there this year as well. So
hopefully Shane's going to that game, Battle of the Bay. We'll have to report back to him. Maybe get a field correspondent report for him.
That's right. Well, so this history-making battle of the Bay 2.0 exhibition will help grow the game in our region and shine a light on the up-and-coming players in our respective organization. This is Ballers EVP baseball operations, Don Wakamatsu.
Oh, Wakamatsu.
Former Mariners manager.
Yep.
That's right. Okay. So let's walk down this. Don Wakamatsu, we've actually talked about him before. I knew, and Allan wasn't on the show at the time, but yes, former Seattle Mariners manager. But let's start slow. Cowboy Jack, where did Don Wakamatsu go to college?
Arizona State University, baby.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. And who saw Don Wakamatsu play 40 years ago? That would be me. That's right. I actually saw him. He actually went to Arizona State from 82 to 85. He hit .314 during his 4 seasons in maroon and gold, earning first team All Pac-10 honors for 3 straight years. He was drafted by the New York Yankees, the last pick of the 1984 Major League Baseball draft, but decided to return to ASU. He returned as the Sun Devils team captain his senior year and was drafted in June by the Cincinnati Reds. He played 18 games in the major leagues, making 9 starts with the 1991 Chicago White Sox. Get this. All 9 starts came with knuckleballer Charlie Huff on the mound.
Oh my gosh. Heck yeah.
So they actually gave him some pretty tough duty there. Okay. So he's actually has some history here. So he actually he was the first Asian American manager when he became the 14th full-time manager in Mariners history in 2009. But before his major league career, he actually did time in the minors. Now, Allan, I'm going to stop right here. He actually is pretty historic here. And, he has some company with some other Asian Americans. But how do you feel about him as a manager, as a Mariners fan?
2009 was, I think, a pretty rough time. So he obviously didn't have a ton of success, and he wasn't there for that long. So I think that was during the cycle of managers where we had a bunch over a short period of time. So I really don't have too fond memories of him, but
so let's look at his minor league career here.
So before we go on, was he just making bad decisions, or
I think it was just
was the organization pulling the plug too soon on guys? I mean, it takes a while to turn ships around.
It was the time where the organization thought that there should have been more wins than we even had a chance to get. So he probably didn't get a fair shake.
Yeah, that's usually sometimes the way it goes. It's like they don't fire the team, they fire the manager.
Sure. Billy Martin knows.
Exactly. As you can see here, he played for the Tampa Tarpons in 1986, the Cedar Rapids Reds in 1987, the Chattanooga Lookouts in 1988.
I have the hat off the side of them. I'll pretend I'm putting it on.
There you go. The Birmingham Barons in 1989. He was released by the Cincinnati Reds on March 29th of 1989 and signed as a free agent with the Chicago White Sox, where then he played for the Vancouver Canadians.
Nice.
That's right. Did you have any knowledge of this, Allan, at all?
No. I didn't. Like, he might be on the wall. Like, they have a wall of former professional players and managers. I've never noticed it, but I'm going to look for it this upcoming season.
Yes. And who did he play for in 1992 and 93? That's right. I'm wearing it. The Albuquerque Dukes.
Yes.
Oh, dang.
Yes. That's right. So following his retirement, he actually became the minor league manager in the Arizona Diamondbacks system, managing for the Diamondbacks in 1997. He actually, Kevin, you're going to love this. He managed the Class A High Desert Mavericks
Yes.
in 1998.
No longer
He
exists,
managed the
unfortunately.
Double A El Paso Diablos in 1999. He was named Manager of the Year in the California League after leading the High Desert Mavericks to the playoffs. Okay, and in 2000, he managed the Erie Seawolves, the Anaheim Angels Double A affiliate, and then in the next 2 seasons was a roving catching instructor in the Angels organization. He actually was with the Texas Rangers as a coach, the Athletics as a coach, the Blue Jays as a coach. He actually got a ring in 2015 with the Kansas City Royals, and then he was with the Texas Rangers from 2018 to 21. Now the Ballers EVP. So very, very cool, right?
Very.
Kevin, were you going to say something?
Yes. So, Michael, if you go back to a slide earlier, if you saw a guy named Len Sakata, I'm going to go full circle here. Len Sakata is the all-time winning manager in California League history. And what team did he manage for that entire run? And as a retired number 4, the San Jose Giants.
Oh, look at that.
That's why we hashtag do the research here at the Baseball Brew Crew.
It all comes around. That is awesome. Well done, Kevin. Well, Allan, we're talking about the Seattle Mariners, and you are a fan. And and they've done some recent things with beer, food, and baseball. So, Allan, tell us more what the Seattle Mariners have done.
The Mariners have always been, I've been to 21 parks now, and they've always been at the top of the food ladder there. So this year they've gone a little bit out there. They've done some really cool things. And we're going to start off with the Souvenir Trident Cup. It's 32 ounces of soda. It's $24.99, but look how awesome that is. I have a feeling I'm going to find something walking back to my car during my first game down there. That's probably my better odds, because I don't want 32 ounces and I don't want to pay $25 for it. But that's the biggest thing that people are talking about so far this year. Next up, they have expanded their value menu this season. There's now 26 items on their value menu. The new additions include sweet, crunchy Pocky sticks, spicy jalapeno popcorn, and adorable Little Bites mini muffins. Now to what we're most interested in, they've expanded their value beer menu. They've added 2 craft options. One is, I'm going to butcher the name of this. I'm going to guess this P is silent. So Frime Lager. And then they have a Deschutes King Crispy Pilsner. Those are coming in $8, which are pretty good for ballpark beers. They have 12 options total for beers, cheapest being $5, which is fantastic. So this year we have Ichiro Suzuki going into the Hall of Fame, and they have added some more Ichiro items. They used to have the Ichi Roll, which went away for a little while, but it appears to have come back in a different capacity. So Ichiro was famous for having his certain amount of chicken wings before the game. So at the walk-off market in sections 105 and 141, there are some glazed wings with teriyaki and sesame sauce, crafted just for Ichiro in the clubhouse kitchen. For the sushi fans, head to Nakagawa in section 132, where you can get the Ichiro, which is a mouth-watering mix of salmon, crab salad, avocado, cucumber, green onion, fried onion, sriracha, and rice and seaweed. Those all sound pretty good to me. And then even at the last thing they've added at the walk-off market is for catcher Cal Raleigh. It's Little Dumpers is what they have at the walk-off market. And same thing, section 105 and 141. These steamed pork soup dumplings. This is just an outrageous item to have at a ballpark. Just shows how high quality the food that they have there. Beyond that, they've for our royalty, King Felix, they've brought King's Court turkey leg, which has always been pretty famous for when King's Court was happening, when Felix is pitching. The chef would come down and hand someone a giant turkey leg, which is always fantastic. Now you can get your own individual turkey leg. I'm sure lots of them are going to sell. The most outrageous item they've added this year is the What Up corn dog.
Whoa.
Yeah. The Mariners Blue honey battered corn dog packs a spicy crunch and comes with nacho cheese for dipping because, of course it does. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I could get that.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Hard pass.
Wait a minute. The man who's going to get the scat dog.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know if I can, but I probably will.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. I'm like, I would have this over the scat dog, I think.
Yeah, I know. They're both just trial things that I'm going to get one time and never again. So,
I mean, I've eaten the grasshoppers at Safeco. So
those are fantastic, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Those, I can't. Everybody's so afraid to try those grasshoppers.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, those are fantastic. And then to finish it off, they've added something for the sweet tooth. They've got ice cream nachos, where they have waffle crisps, sprinkles, and drizzle of caramel sauce on top of vanilla and chocolate, topped with cherries. This is a fantastic idea. I don't know how nobody's ever done this before, but that's good. That's as good as a helmet ice cream right there. So
I agree.
They've stepped up their game like they always do. Every year they add some pretty awesome new items. So one of the best ballparks in the league, and I'll continue to say that until someone else shows me otherwise.
Awesome. Great report. Well, Cowboy Jack, what are you going after?
Dude, I think the nachos, man. That's as they say, that's like a hard pecker or a sore pecker, hard to beat.
Kevin, what are you going for?
Oh, I'm going for the Ichi roll first, and then I'm gonna split the nachos with Cowboy Jack if you let me have.
I think I'm gonna.
He knows me. I'll be full after my little Ichi roll and my beer, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, little fella, I'll give you a nacho."
I think I'm going to go for one of those turkey legs and one of those Deschutes beers.
Yeah.
That's a winner right there.
I want to see what the Freedom or however it's pronounced one is too, because I've heard that brewery had never had any of their drinks before. Or it's got Steinerbach. They had Steinerbach. That's always a solid choice too.
Yeah, that's $6. They have Asahi for $6.
Yeah,
they always have a fantastic selection down in the pen of just craft beer in general.
I wish I knew that.
Just walls and walls of them. Plus, they have a bunch of Hop Valley containers out there to add on to it.
All right, great report, Allan. We appreciate that very much. I can't wait. I was hoping that I could get to Seattle, but I hope they still have this when I get there. Great stuff.
We'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin,
yes, sir.
Can you tell us what the Rocket City Trash Pandas are doing these days?
Well, first off, I gotta say that Mr. Allan, Jepsen, and I gotta be careful talking about this because we are major celebrities in there. In fact, last year I was, of course, hand selected to throw out a first pitch at said stadium because of my notoriety. Do you have that footage?
Lyon. And Bobby Campbell.
And mind you, Allan was filming that, and the moment that pitch got thrown, we were getting mobbed. So we had to run a shot the ball right here. And I'm currently in talks with Cooperstown. They want the ball, but I told them if that's going to happen, the Baseball Brew Crew needs to be an honorary induction into the Hall of Fame. And we all need to be flown to Cooperstown to see Ichiro get inducted. So I'm working on that negotiation.
First class.
Cowboy Jack, you need to be my negotiator for that, please. I think you can pull that off for me.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. So let me tell you about what they have going on this year. Nippon no anime naito ga yon no ju no to Toyota Field. Do you understand me at all?
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, Jack, do you even any idea what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, good. So let me tell you what's going on here. So you see that jersey that says Trasu Pandas. So they're doing a Japanese anime night. Jack, if I said Japanese hentai night, you would know what I'm talking about. But let's talk about Japanese anime night at Toyota Field, which Mr. Allan, Jepsen, and I visited last year. April 10th, they're doing a special jersey where they have the Koi Scout patterns on the sleeves and blooming Japanese cherry blossoms, sakura for people who speak Japanese. And these are actually featured at a park called Big Spring Park in beautiful downtown Huntsville, Tennessee. So these jerseys are going to be available, going to be up for auction, with proceeds going to the food bank of North Alabama. So if you're anywhere near Madison, it's kayfabe. That's the city where they play. It's in the stuff. It's right by Huntsville. It's same. But go see the Trasu Pandas. That's why I'm wearing the hat.
Nice. And did you know why they're actually doing this? It seems totally random for a team from Alabama.
the anime night doesn't make sense, but the cherry blossoms and the things in the park, that makes sense. Otherwise, it's just cream. Casual is everything around me. That's all.
I love this. I think it's just so random. It's so
I like the
fun,
look.
right?
I wish they could have done more with the hat. The hat is just a hat, but I don't know if I have to see how much those jerseys are. Might have to take a look there.
They look pretty cool though.
Yeah,
they're totally cool. And congratulations on that first pitch. You kept it in the ballpark. That was very admirable as well. I wanted to give you special.
Yeah, look what was swinging. Thank goodness for that.
And you know what? If you would have been doing it, and that this would be a nice touch on this night. Usually, what they do is when they do the first pitch, is they have the mascot like bat, and they swing through it. So
that's definitely a Japanese thing. I really hope they do that.
That would be nice.
They don't do more of those kind of things in America. I wish they would.
Yeah,
but usually in minor league games, they'll have multiple people throwing. In major league games now, they have multiple people throwing first pitches. So you gotta pick the right one. And if it was that case, it would have been me pitching to the mascot, and Jack would have paid me $10,000 in Cowboy Jack's cryptocurrency to being the mascot.
Absolutely,
and that would severely affect my bank account.
Drastically.
I'm sorry, drastically.
Great report. Thank you for that, Kevin. So we've been talking about Copa identities. There was another one that was dropped here. In full disclosure, we have a full show planned with even more identities. I literally, the show is full. Like this is getting full. I think it even's like a show and a half already. Like I don't even have to do anything. It's all ready to go. But we wanted to talk about this Copa identity. And if you look here, this is the map of all the Copa identities. So there was actually more than I anticipated. I didn't think there was this many, but definitely a lot more than I expected. But first up, and Cowboy Jack, you're going to take this one, is the Sugarland Space Cowboys, the AAA affiliate of the Houston Astros. And what did they do, Cowboy Jack?
Well, for the Copa de la Diversión, the Sugarland Space Cowboys have assumed the identity of Los Payasos del Rodeo in honor of the local traditions of charreria. For those of you gringos out there, rodeo. While some of you might hear rodeo and think of bull riding and all the glory that comes with strapping yourself to the back of a 2,000-pound wild animal the size of a Volkswagen Bug and trying to stay on it when it's angry for 8 seconds, you're wrong. The unsung heroes of the rodeo are the rodeo clowns, or Payasos del Rodeo. The Payasos del Rodeo, with their painted faces and bright-colored clothing, will entertain crowds in between events. But the real reason that these payasos are there on the rodeo grounds is to protect the bull riders from being violently trampled or gored to death seconds after they've ridden them and been bucked off. Payasos will get the bull's attention and either get them to chase them away, which they have to run full speed away from these animals, or they'll use the barrel, which you can see there in the logo. A barrel is associated with rodeo clowns because they use it in the show to hide in. They use it to place between them and a charging bull. Or the ultimate Payaso del Rodeo high spot is they'll stand on top of the barrel and get the bull to run full speed at them and hit the barrel, and they will leap over the bull. It's the shooting star press in the WrestleMania main event. It is.
But without laying on your head like Brock Lesnar, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
it's landing it.
So,
yeah, the Payasos do whatever they can to distract the bull from the bull rider, even if it means putting themselves right in harm's way. They put themselves right in harm's way, leading to rodeo clowns having a 77.4% chance of sustaining a serious life-threatening injury every time they go to work. The Payasos del Rodeo identity is the Sugarland Space Cowboys way to celebrate the true rodeo good brothers in clown makeup and the contributions of the Hispanic community to the birth, growth, and continued success of rodeo in Southeast Texas and around the country. So, to the Payasos del Rodeo, salud, hermanos.
Oh, yeah.
Salud.
Salud. Trying to buy a hat right now.
I was just looking at that.
Unfortunately, the top
logo.
one is snapback.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Really
It's a
unfortunate.
disappointment to me.
It's
I
still
know.
in my-
I was like, what?
Still in my cart.
I know. It's that one is $40. The on the top of the snapback is 40. The one underneath is 45 American. So that's like what, $2,000 in
75.
All right.
Yeah, this one.
So
Don't worry.
I'm-
These are going to be real cheap for you guys soon.
yeah. So I'm so glad that we have a cowboy on our cast that could do this justice, right? So
Fun fact, gentlemen.
Yeah.
The last match that Cowboy Jack Durango ever had, he was pinned to the mat 1, 2, 3 by one of the top rodeo clowns on the circuit, Hollywood Yates, who you may also know as American Gladiator Wolf.
no kidding.
Uh-huh.
No kidding. That's amazing.
What a worker. I love it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, was he before wrestling or after wrestling?
I went up during my career. Him and I went up and down the roads, man. He was, he was the class before me. So he was one of the elder brothers, helping guys like me along.
Was he all a rodeo clown the whole time, or was
The
he
whole time? Yeah, he
Wow.
would. Yeah, he would.
That's his main gig?
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
yeah. And then he became the American Gladiator after the wrestling and bull riding, and now
Love it.
he is a country and western music singer.
Wow.
Oh,
And just headlining. Brother lives on the road, dude. Dude, you want to talk about the ultimate worker, the ultimate brother, the ultimate good brother, dude? Hollywood Yates, man. He manifested an amazing life for himself where he just does whatever he wants, dude.
Well, he's called Hollywood, so of course he is.
Yeah, on his driver's
gets that
license.
nickname.
Yeah, no, it's Don Hollywood Yates, dude. One of the good brothers.
It's on his driver's license.
It has to be, dude.
Of
At
course,
this point,
of
it has
course,
to be.
of course. If not, he'll change it to that. That's fine.
Has he
You know, like
written a
if
book?
you saw Warrior Hellwig's license, you know, it says Warrior Hellwig.
No, it just says Road Warrior Animal.
Oh, okay. All right.
Has he written a book?
Yates, dude, no, not he will. I guarantee
He
you he
should.
will. Yeah, no, I guarantee one's in the works, dude. If
You
it
know,
isn't.
I think we need to use some of that Cowboy Jack cryptocurrency and use that to invest into writing.
Yeah, no,
his
I'd throw some cryptocurrency behind that, dude.
do I see an endorsement for Cowboy Jack's book club coming up next week?
Oh, there you go.
You never know.
You never know.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. We might need to do a clearinghouse, a publishing house.
Well, you know, it wouldn't be the Baseball Brew Crew podcast. We wouldn't just keep the Payasos logo and just sign off, right? We have to go down a deep rabbit hole. Okay. And of course, we're going to go deep with baseball rodeo. I'm going to pitch out some things that we're going to talk about at length later. Okay. And I'm only going to touch upon these. So where are there other clowns in baseball? That's right. The Indianapolis Clowns were a professional baseball team in the Negro American League, tracing their origins back to the 1930s. The Clowns were the last Negro League team to disband, continuing to play exhibition games into the 1980s. Hank Aaron was a clown for a short period, and the Clowns were also the first professional baseball team to hire a female player. So this looks a lot like what the Savannah Bananas were, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of the trick plays and everything. So, you know, what's old is new, what's new is old. Okay. But did you know this, everybody? There are actually 3 clown princes of baseball.
I only knew 2. What?
There are
Three.
3. Okay. So this is Al Schacht. He was the first clown prince of baseball. He actually pitched in the big leagues. In 1919, he won 20 games for Jersey City in the International League, including 10 shutouts. He once struck out Babe Ruth on 3 pitches. That's right. And so we should definitely do a deep dive on him because he has a longer background. The second one, which I also didn't know. Are you ready for this? This is Jackie Prince, who played only a short time in the major leagues.
Never.
Just 7 games with the Indians in 1946. He played in the minors for 8 years and was known there as the Clown Prince of Baseball, a nickname he shared with Al Schacht. Okay.
But look at that gimmick. Like, look how he worked a gimmick to hang himself there. That's great. What a good gimmick.
It's totally cool. So we have another show we could do on
Yeah.
him. Okay.
So, but where are you going, Michael Mondragon?
That's right. Max Patkin was the third officially crowned Clown Prince of Baseball, performing for 51 years as a baseball clown. And when I was a bat boy for the Phoenix Giants in 1985, I infamously walked through the clubhouse before a game, and he was holding court naked, of course, to anyone who dared walk past him. It is a vivid memory as a 15-year-old walking through there. And I again, the Clown Prince of Baseball. And then when that was in 85. In 1988, he was in the movie Bull Durham. So I'm like, oh my gosh, there's that guy that I saw in the clubhouse 3 years ago.
With more clothes now.
With more clothes.
With more clothes.
You wish he was wearing that lovely blazer. Oh my God.
Yes. And if you notice, the patch there says Max Patkin, the Clown Prince of Baseball. So Kevin, Allan, Cowboy Jack, I think we all need to get blazers and have our logos right there.
I agree. Sold.
Exactly.
I'm here for that.
Okay.
What color do we want to pick our own individual colors? Or are we all going to match up? Are we going to wear pink like him? We're going to go yellow like ABC Monday Night Football style. We're going to have a meeting off the air to discuss.
Well,
I think I need to go with a plaid.
Okay.
Yes. I
I already have a plaid blazer that Taro has, as you saw earlier in the show. I can always use that.
Well, Cowboy Jack, I want you to look this up. It's called a nudie jacket, which is kind of ironic that we're talking about a nude baseball player. But Nudie was Nudie. It is actually a clothing designer, a cowboy clothing designer. You should definitely get a nudie jacket. Yeah. Okay, absolutely. I think that would be good for you, Allan. What am I thinking? Here? I think maybe something Mariners-ish green would be good, but more like the field. It looks like it's the field, with the lines, with cut lines. Yep. That would be nice. Actually, Kevin, you actually have one already. You have that great plaid one.
Well,
that you wear.
The video version, they'll see in my intro, I'm wearing that plaid blazer. And it's definitely not the most comfortable one, but for the show, I'll gladly wear it. Yeah. And I will add, I met Mr. Max Patkin in, I believe, 1990 in Riverside, California, where he made an appearance. And I have his autobiography on my bookshelf signed. So maybe at some point I might have to read some excerpts from said book.
So I think that I will go with the sparkly jacket. I think that I got rid of mine when I stopped wrestling. Actually, I got rid of them recently only because they're all nasty now, but I'll get my new one. But okay, so we could stop here, wrap it up. Not a chance. Okay, so the guys we just talked about are not in the Baseball Hall of Fame. There are no clowns in the Hall of Fame, but is there? Max Patkin's uniform is in Cooperstown, but he is not in Cooperstown. That's the closest that clowns are going to get into the Hall of Fame. Nope. All right. So in 1978, my parents were involved in the Phoenix JC's Rodeo of Rodeos. My dad and uncle were on the rodeo committee. My mom and my aunt were also involved in this promotion. So we got to go to all the rodeos. This was in 77, 78. And we'd meet rodeo people, including the clowns. So that's right. First, I met Hall of Fame clown Wick Peth. If there is somebody who's considered the greatest, and they called him rodeo bullfighter. So he's actually considered one of the greatest rodeo bullfighters of all time. He worked in the late 50s, the 60s, and 70s in the US and Canada. Like there's pictures of him actually in Tucson, Phoenix, in Spokane, Washington, all up and down the coast. Okay. So I'm almost positive that this picture was taken in 1978 when I was there at this rodeo. Okay. So that's Wick Peth right there. And the reason I know this is because I still have the programs from,
well, there's the logo right there. Yeah.
Okay. So I remember meeting him because he has a very distinctive look. Here he is. And he's in Cloverdale, BC. Allan Jepsen.
Before Christ?
How do you know Cloverdale?
Cloverdale is about a 15-minute drive from me. It is a fairgrounds where there's also horse racing and rodeos. And I have wrestled there.
There you go. We always have to make that connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So good. So good. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I reached out to Allan, and Allan told me that he wrestled there. So go figure. Yes, Cowboy Jack, you have a question.
No, I'm just blown away, man. I didn't expect how that was fantastic.
Does it stop there? Does it stop there at all? Of course
It never does.
It never
Of course it
stops.
doesn't. The other Hall of Fame clown that I met was Tommy Lucia. Tommy Lucia's rodeo career started at the age of 15, riding bareback horses and bulls. When a friend was injured, he filled in as a clown and bullfighter. At age 20, he made the switch to full-time bullfighting. Now, I totally remember it for this fact. Lucia began developing pantomime acts, a matador act with bulldogs, and many others to help fill the gaps in between rodeo events. Probably his most notable act was Whiplash, the cowboy monkey. Whiplash was a capuchin monkey dressed as a cowboy and rode a border collie into the arena to herd sheep. Whiplash became so popular that he was booked to star in Taco John's and Dairy Queen commercials.
Wow.
Mic drop.
I think it broke the entire show. That one. Oh my gosh. Wow.
What a finish.
Unbelievable. Oh, are we finished? No, we are not.
Oh, what do you got?
Actually, did you know that there's also another clown that was in the Hall of Fame? Kevin, you're going to love this one.
Whoa, Slim Pickens! Sorry, guys. Whoa!
Pickens.
Sorry, got excited. Sorry.
For those who don't know, he appeared in more than 150 movies and television series. He's most famously for me in Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
Okay. How is he in the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame? He started his rodeo career in the Cowboys Turtle Association as a rough stock contestant. When a clown no-showed, Pickens filled in. He enjoyed it so much that he made it his full-time gig, dressing up in Spanish-American torero outfit, working the bulls in Latin style. Pickens was very proud of his time as a rodeo clown and bullfighter, as his work at such top venues as the Cow Palace, the Calgary Stampede, the Cheyenne Frontier Days, and Pendleton Roundup. So, Allan, do you know Slim Pickens at all?
I do not.
Well, let me give you his most famous bit. And the thing he's most famous for is, I love Blazing Saddles, but Slim Pickens is most famous for, and I'm sure you got this right for Michael Mondragon, in the famous 1964 movie Dr. Strangelove, he's the man riding the missile that shoots to start the nuclear war.
That's right.
It's an amazing gift. I'm sure you can put it in post.
Well, and I have to cut this down. This is going to have been like a 3-hour show.
I mean, Slim Pickens, Blazing Saddles, and Dr. Strangelove, two of the greatest comedies of all time, arguably.
Yes, the Dr. Strangelove scene is a very iconic one, and they also parodied it in The Simpsons as well. Yep. Homer rides down the bomb as well. So I'm going to finish this. I could go further with this.
You have more.
I'm going to end here with this. Kevin, did you know that Mr. T is in the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame?
You get me, sucker!
It's not the Mr. T that you're probably thinking of, though. It's a bull named Mr. T.
Wow.
Mr. T is probably considered like the secretariat of the bull world, and actually in the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame. Friends, that is it for this episode of the Baseball Brew Crew podcast. We're on X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Guys, unbelievable show. Could you have imagined that we could talk that much about beer, baseball, and pro rodeo and clowns?
You did it again, dude. You did it again.
Unbelievable. Cowboy Jack, where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing coming up?
Just out and about. Nothing big on the horizon. Just living life. But, just remember we're all brothers and sisters out there. So love one another. Do something nice.
Awesome. Allan, I know that you have a new job and you're super tired and you can't wait to go to bed. But did you enjoy the clowns and baseball and rodeo?
That was fantastic. I can't believe the connections between all of that, and somehow all of it connected to all of our pro wrestling careers, which is just insane. But yeah, that was fun.
Great. And thank you for the Seattle report. Kevin, Lyon.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure as always.
Hey, I'm always out and about. And hey, for you beer enthusiasts like me, if you live in LA or OC or San Diego, look up Pint Life CO on Instagram. You get this wonderful passport here, which I've been using to go to breweries new and old. This Saturday, I'm going to probably stop by Three Weavers in beautiful Inglewood, California, on my way before I see Glenn Danzig this Saturday night. But also, watch out, me and Mr. Michael Mondragon might be at my second home, Radiant Brewing Canadian Brew, where, what was in my intro? The Radiant Beer Company, Norm, and horny owner with a boner or something like that. Regardless, if you're listening to this and you're at Radiant Beer Co. anywhere near there in Anaheim, California, come meet us on Friday. We'll buy you around. Or Michael will buy you around.
That's right. I actually have something to plug too. I'm actually going to be on Friday. I'm going to be, so if you're listening to this on a Tuesday, on Friday, I will be at WonderCon. I will actually be on a panel talking about graphic design, storytelling, pro wrestling, comics, and I'm looking forward to that. And so, yeah, definitely hope to meet up.
And that is at the High End Convention Center, right by Disneyland. Look up WonderCon on all the social media. You'll find out the information on that.
Yes, and we'll definitely plug it as well. For Cowboy Jack Durango, Allan Jepsen, Kevin Lyon, I'm Michael Mondragon. We'll see you next week for another Baseball Brew Crew podcast. Good night, everyone.